Good evening. Morning from here. Wait, what do you have for dinner? Nita, right? Manita. Had noodle. Look like everyone had noodles today. So who also get noodle? I mean, I ate noodle yesterday. Yeah, right. Noodle is good, cheap, cheap too. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes before everyone show up. All right. So I think we should start now. For those who are late, I don't know, they could watch the video. So this is the plan for our final exam. Mm, Final exams. Oh, this is section one. Sorry, not section two. I need to change it to section one. Never mind. I'll change it later on. Section one, the same section. Both of them have the same final exam. So we have 15 multiple choice question total and one matching questions, 7 short answer question and three long answer question and one bonus question in the end. So, oh, sorry, I cannot share this the slide right now. I need to go to. Hold on, let me open the final exam spreadsheet really quick. Final exam. Oh, while waiting, if you have any question, you could ask right now or just put it down in the comment section. I'll go back to you later on. Let me try to find the exam here. Here you go. I cannot show you the screen, you know. Just so okay. So for the multiple choice question, there are 15 of them. You will get 1 point each, and all the question is from the quiz, like 7 quizzes that we have so far. Yeah, 7. So just go review the quizzes. It's not a lot of questions, around maybe 80 questions total, and I took 15 of them. Also, this time I shuffle the answer. You know, even though the quiz say option B is correct, but maybe in final exam maybe option C or A. So I shuffle the answer. So just read the question carefully. So the quiz is about like you know, just go to every session, like every quizzes that we have. But I focus more on for the quiz. I focus more before midterm, like before midterm exam. Like remember the week that we spend on the warehouse, transportation, and inventory. So that most of the quizzes come from. So go review that. Around 70% of the quiz come from before midterm exam, midterm week, and then for the rest of the quizzes from what we have done so far. And we don't have fishbone analysis. Fishbone, I'm not going to ask you to fill it out or make it. I know you understand how to do it. It's just like, I think I have one quiz about that too. But not going to have you write or make anything about it. Just multiple choice quiz. And then moving on to one matching question. For this matching question is related to the warehouse location. Please study that. We have six definition, six like element of them, criteria to choose a warehouse location, and you are required to match with each criteria to its definition. For example, how does the cost apply to, what does the market apply to? So yeah, there are six of them. With this question, you could earn 6 points, but if you get one matching wrong, you get 0. So yeah, it's easy to earn point, but if you screw up one of them, you get 0 from this question. Okay. Okay. For the short answer question, so remember the word we say all forecasts are wrong, but some are better than the other. We learned that in demand forecasting. So just explain for the short answer question, keep it less than 3 sentences. So less than 3 sentences, and you get 5 points each. So 7 short answer questions, so 35 points total for that one. Yeah. So about demand forecasting, so explain the quote saying all forecasts are wrong, but some are still better than the other. Why? Because I'm going to briefly say to you, like, the forecast help you get the prediction get closer to the real number, the real thing that's going to happen. It's not going to get you 100% accurate, but at least it's close to what we want. So that's why we always want to do forecast. And another question about ABC analysis. Why that analysis help to better manage inventory? The next one is about building a strong relationship with supplier. Why it's important? Why you need to have a good relationship, a good communication with your supplier. So because we don't want them, like, if there is something wrong happen, like supply chain disruption during COVID-19. If they don't like you, they're not going to supply the product or good to you. They probably choose other customer over you. If you have a good relationship with them, they might prioritize you more than the other people. So, and also you have to build trust, respect. Mutual trust is really important with supplier too. If you don't have a good relationship with supplier, they might not do business with you anymore, and you might have shortage of stock. So what you want to do is avoid stock shortage. The next question is about the consignment stock, the benefit and advantage of consignment stock. Yeah, please review that. Okay. The next one is about the Kanban board. How does it help to the project? In a project you have many tasks. Some project you have like maybe 5 or 6 or 10 of tasks, and the Kanban board help you keep track of the project. Maybe some project you already finish it, some that have to be done, some tasks are in progress, and some of them maybe you finish it, but it doesn't produce a good quality of what we want, and then we just return back to start it over again. So the Kanban board. So how does it help to keep the status of the task in a project? And the final short answer question is about outsource. Why the company should outsource? When they outsource and when not to outsource. Okay. Also, there's one more short answer question. If you go to classroom system on week 15, you will see an article I post over there. It's 1 page. So 5 supply chain lesson we can learn from the summer game in Rio. And if you read that, it's really short, very explanatory and straightforward. Explain how the organization committee optimize the cost and cut the spending, because when they project it, they use they forecast the cost of the game, the summer game. The project is like 1 point something billion dollars, 1 point, yeah, around that. And then when the actual cost is like almost double the projected cost. So, and then the committee, they're trying to decide, minimize some costs that is not really important or that doesn't affect the performance of the athletic people. So please read that, review that, and see how those people minimize the cost, cut spending. Optimize the cost. Yeah, optimize the cost. Well, if we cannot just cut spending whenever we want. We need to look at the field of spending that you see. You cut it, it won't affect the performance of the game, or like the core product of the game. Okay. Sometimes they also get sponsor. The sport committee, they also get sponsor from a lot of company, because that's the only time that company could like advertise to the world. Yeah, they also make money from that too. So coming to the long questions. So this one, it might take a paragraph for you to write it, and 15 points each, 3 of them, so 45 point total. So pick a company of your own choice, or your own startup, or your future company, any company, local, international, whatever, doesn't matter. Organization too, doesn't matter. And try to identify one problem or problem that is going to happen related to the warehouse. So if you pick a company right now, you could identify, oh, what problem with, is there any issue with the warehouse? And in the warehouse, it doesn't specify to like a big warehouse where like you store a lot of product. Some warehouse like let's say IBC bookstore, like they put their product on show in the lower on the floor, like on every story. We can call it a warehouse too. So find the problem with that warehouse. Some warehouse have problem with the safety. Some of them, if you want to do with your own startup in the future, one of the problems you may find how you're gonna pick up a good location for your warehouse based on the budget and based on the cost, environment, or everything. You could do that if you choose your own startup or your future company. Yeah, and some warehouse they have problem with probably they don't have enough like equipment to like, especially in a heavy industry, they don't have like enough forklift or equipment to move stuff around. That kind of help to slower the operations. So you just pick any problem you want. You are free to choose one. And describe the process of applying the tool you have learned in the class to deal with the issue. So the tool that I just said before, we have a lot of tools in the warehouse. Please go review that. Some warehouse they don't have like a good warehouse management system, so you could apply the tool to the issue. So pick any issue and pick the tool that you feel comfortable with. I think if you choose your own, let's say you want to make a small startup and you want to determine a good location for your startup based on the money, the budget that you have, and you see like, oh, we have problem. The issue of my my startup is picking a good location, and then in the tool that we have so far is picking a warehouse location criteria, and you could apply those tools to see whether which location you should choose, and the criteria should include like the cost, the market, the environment, the law, the rule, regulation, the neighborhood. Yeah, something like that. If you go there, you will see them, a lot of them. And for the next two long answer question, it's the same. Pick a company of your own choice, but this time is related to transportation and inventory. Okay, so whether the company has problem with transportation, such as the transport cost is too high, so you want to minimize the cost by first cutting the fuel. So in our tool, we have a way to cut the fuel cost of transportation, because we know that in Cambodia the price of the gas and gasoline or whatever is so high than our neighboring country, and the vehicle, most of them are secondhand, so they drink a lot of gas. And you might apply like a maintenance schedule, something like that. You go to the tool, like the video and the slide that we have done so far, you will see a lot of tools that we help. And maybe the transportation had problem with labeling hazardous material. And you could, yeah, just be creative with this, And in terms of inventory, maybe the problem related to inventory, you might pick something. Maybe the company is always experiencing a shortage of running out of inventory, and the tool you should use is demand forecasting. And in demand forecasting is you could look at the trend, the seasonal sale or whatever. So just go review that. That's one of the tools that I could come up with. But if you go to review the slide and the video, you will see a lot of them. What else related to inventory? Maybe inventory management. Okay. Any other question? Oh, okay. One bonus question. So another bonus question, 5 point. If you, again, it's from the article that I posted in week 15, like 5 supply chain lessons we can learn from the summer game in Rio. And what is your opinion about the following quote? So the quote said, "The game are not just a showcase for athletic performance. They are a showcase of logistic performance as well." So yeah. So the game is not just about the game. It's not about the performance, athletic performance, but it's also a showcase of logistic performance as well. So if the company do not taking care of logistic, the game not going well. Because why? We have like thousands of people coming to watch the game, and the authority need to make sure those people have enough place to stay, the hotel, whatever, guest house, whether they have enough restaurant, food to eat, or they have enough sanitation, make sure there's no disease spreading around, ensure that there's security all around the city, and also they have to taking care of the equipment material. They need to make sure, because they have like 100 of game to perform in the summer, you need to make sure like each performer have enough like places to perform, because sometimes the game, more than one game, multiple game could going on is happening at the same time. So the committee has to take care of that too, and they need to make sure they have enough equipment, and the construction of the stadium, construction of the swimming pool, etc., has to be on time, so to make sure everything going well. So please give your opinion about that. That's my opinion, but you give your own opinion. So I want to hear your own words. Okay. All right. Coming to question. Yes, we have only one matching questions. Matching question is also in the quiz too. You go review the quiz before you see that. There is no Excel application formula. No Excel. Week 13. What is week 13? I think the article I posted in week 15. I think so. How many lines should a paragraph contain? So, for the paragraph, it should be around 7 to 8 sentences. I mean, you could write more than that, or more than 7 to 8 sentences. As long as you feel like those information that you put in is important, it's related to the answer. Again, for the long answer question, so first you need to identify the issue that you have, and then say, oh, the tool that I'm going to apply is XYZ. This tool, and you have to explain what are they, what is X tool, explain what it is and why it is important, and then explain the process of solving the tool. And let me specify again, this exam is open book. You have 2 hours to do it. More than 2 hours is fine, but not going to 3, And the exam is on 17th of July. Is it Thursday? Yeah, I think Thursday, from 3 to 5. Yeah, 3 to 5. 17th of July. Any other questions?
So is there any question that involve calculation?
No, there's no calculation questions. So it's about the concept. Or you want to do calculation question? I could do that. I could change it right now. We still got time.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot of calculation too. Most of them is based on the concept that you use. I think if you want to do calculation, you could refer to the video available on YouTube at any time if you ever encounter that kind of problem. But the important that you learn here is trying to apply what the skill, the tool that you learn to the real world. It's like for the saving method, you want to save the distance of transportation. So using saving method is also help to cut the fuel cost, the cost of transportation, because you travel less distance. Okay. Any other question? Oh, let me say again about the saving method. A lot of people, if they don't know how to do it, if they have like, let's say 20 customers, they don't know which customer they should go first or which one, how many customers that they could bring the products in one trip, they don't know. If we have saving method, it helps guarantee that we try to minimize the distance as much as possible. Anything else? For those who come late, you should review the recorded video. I will post it in the classroom system and on YouTube too. Oh, this one it says section 2, but just section 1. It's fine. It's fine. I don't have to change it. But I will post the link into the system. Questions, concern, feedback?
So is there any presentation about the final paper?
Final paper? No. You already present about your SWOT analysis, so yeah. So nothing else to present about. Just submit the paper and then it will be good to go. I'm sure most of you will get a full credit on that. Like SWOT analysis is so easy. Anyone else? If not, I think I'm gonna stop recording right now. And if you cannot come up with a question right now, you could send me an email if it pop up in your head.